going on, Jeff? As per your request, this is the gourmet version of a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm gonna start out by heating my pan up to super hot and making sure that it is hot. And then we're going to be using some Japanese mayonnaise, which predominantly uses egg yolk instead of egg white. So it's a heavier, thicker product. And also you can get that at like any Asian market. You can get it online. Don't pay more than like $7 for it though. Then I'm going to be using pepper jack cheese and Colby jack cheese because they have a good melting point. And because my pan is the size it is and the bread is the size it is, I'm going to have to do one piece at a time. If you have a large pan, you can definitely do both pieces at once, but just be careful when you're doing it not to blacken or scorch the bread in the process. All right, so here we go. Grilled cheese sandwich for Jeff. So I got my stuff laid out here. I got my pepper jack, my Kobe jack, some sourdough bread sliced, and my Japanese mayonnaise. This is called Kewpie, K-E-W-P-I-E. This stuff's really good. I usually buy 2 or 3 bottles of it. It lasts forever. So I'm gonna start out by taking bread, and just squeezing a little Kewpie on it. And get my little spreader here. I'm gonna just spread the mayonnaise across the bread as best as possible. Cover up all the spots, get all the stuff squared away. Okay, so we get all the corners, basically just making sure that no part of this bread won't have some mayo on it. And I use mayo instead of butter because butter has a very high scalding point, or excuse me, a very low scalding point. And so if you're not careful, you'll burn the hell out of the butter. Okay, so you Kewpie, hot pan. The way I test for hot pan is to take a little bit of the spread here, and I hear it sizzle. That means you're good to go. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put this one down first. Adjust your temperature to medium heat. Make sure you move the bread around enough so it doesn't stick to the pan. I'm using a non-stick pan, so I shouldn't have that problem. But you want to make sure you're not blackening the bread. See how it's becoming nice golden brown? Okay, you don't want to scorch it, so just be careful when you're doing this part. Okay, this is actually going to be the inside of the sandwich, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, moving it around, take your turner, nice golden brown. All right, okay, we're gonna set this one aside. And on top of that, we're gonna put our Colby jack. And the Colby jack will now begin to get warm, so that when you actually put it in for the grilled cheese final, it'll melt very easily, okay? So we're gonna do bread side 2. Little Japanese mayo. Got my spreader. Just gonna spread it out evenly. Simple. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and wipe out the pan, because when you do this type of product, the pan will become easily scorched if you're using a small pan. So you don't want it to scorch. That's the biggest thing with grilled cheeses, is most people will let them scorch on accident, thinking that this takes a too long time. But if you use a hot pan, it's not going to scorch. Okay, if you use a hot pan and you move it around, the mayo will not scorch. Be careful, because you'll feel the steam coming through the bread as the bread begins to crisp up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just give it a good look. It's almost there. And in real time, this isn't taking much time. I mean, this is maybe 2 minutes aside with a hot pan. All right, remember, this is gonna be the inside of the bread. You get a double crunch effect, okay? And that looks good. All right, we're gonna add the pepper jack to this side.
I like more cheese. And maybe have some extra pieces of Colby, that's fine. Okay, so normally you don't add a little salt to your bread. Cheese is usually salty enough. But if you add truffle flavoring to it, like Italian black summer truffles, it gives it a nice robust flavor, makes it taste a little bit more profound. For just a simple grilled cheese sandwich that you're gonna have probably by itself, this is definitely something that'll gourmet it up, if you will. So hit it with a little truffle salt. You can pick up the truffle salt at B Sweet and Savory. That is the spice blend mix company that I'm currently working with. Okay, so you're gonna take your sandwich. Basically, cheese is now warm. You're gonna go ahead and flip it over so you have your soft on soft. And you can check it out. We're gonna use the hoopie again. So you take a little more mayo. Just be light with it. And we're gonna go just smooth this out across the bread, okay? And we're gonna take up the whole sandwich. All right, we're gonna put the whole thing in the pan. This is, as we say, where the magic happens. So once the bread begins to crisp up on the other side, we're gonna flip it over and repeat. The difference is with this, we cooked the inside all the way through until it was crispy on the inside. Now we're gonna flip it back and forth to achieve the desired look and desired melting point. Hit this other side with a little coup. Okay, same thing, we're just gonna spread it. Nice even spread, okay? And using our turner, we're just gonna pick the whole sandwich up and flip it over. And we're gonna get our nice colored cheese, okay? See how nice that looks? Perfect grilled cheese sandwich right here. Now, little trick is we're gonna press this down with a little press lid, and we're gonna let it cook probably for another minute or two under that temperature of the steam coming off the bread, coming off the butter, coming off the mayo, and so on and so forth. And this is going to ensure that the center of your grilled cheese sandwich is fully melted. So now that the cheese is beginning to drip out the sides, the top is golden brown. Now you'll have a little residual oil in the pan from the cheese. You're basically just finishing it now. So you're gonna just press this down, make sure that everything seems to be good. Maybe scrape away some of the excess cheese, make a cheese chip in your pan. And then one more final flip. Ooh, there we go, perfect golden brown. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn off the fire and grab a plate. Okay, we're gonna take our grilled cheese sandwich. We're gonna just transfer it over to the plate. Pan on the back burner. All right, there's your grilled cheese sandwich. Now let's cut into this guy. There you go. Perfect grilled cheese sandwich. Hope that works for you, bud. Talk to you later.